If home is where the heart is, then I guess I'm heartless.
It was freezing cold and in rain, and we were at a phone booth, and I just watched my mother cry, and we were homeless then. There was a lot of times when we were under awnings or out in the rain.
A lot of people out there don't make choices to be homeless. Terrible things happen to them when they're a child that they can't overcome, or as an adult.
I was 6 years old. My mom drives the church van. My mom still was working and we were still going to school, but we lived out of the church van. It was a secret. It's not something that people knew, not something that our church members knew about. We used to go to the church just to wash up and stuff like that and then go off to school.
When I was 9 years old, my mom was killed. She died in my arms. After that, I was homeless for about 30, 60 days, all on my own.
My mom's birthday, September 17th. I remember my mom only having $1. I remember me, my mom, and my brother splitting a burger.
You really, really have to be a strong individual to survive it. Every day is a struggle. And if every day is a struggle, imagine how weak you are by the end of the week.
I have schizoaffective disorder. Well, I was in the hospital for psych hospitalization, and they just came to me one day and said, "You're being released today. Pack your stuff up," with no provisions made about where I should go, who I should go to. It was just like from the hospital onto the street, and I didn't know what to do when I hit the street.
I had a very good job, and I was working for a printing company. Got injured on the job. It didn't take that long. 6 months after I lost my job, finances went downhill and became null and void. And then about 2 to 3 months past that, I found myself back homeless.
If home is where the heart is, then I guess I'm heartless. Cause you see, poverty took my home a long time ago. Gave my mom the needle and my dad the gun, told her to shoot up and him to shoot out so that they could be just like everyone. There was no sympathy for me. I was just left with no breath and no heart beating. When I first became homeless when I was in high school, it was another big secret. Things happened with my mom and me and disagreeing, and it happened really fast. It was like Monday and then Tuesday. It was really fast. As a homeless young woman, especially that first night where you really don't know where to go, prostitution is immediately available to you. And I don't know if we carry this I'm homeless vibe or what it is that grabs his attention from somebody else, or it could be, why are you walking outside at 3 o'clock in the morning as a 16-year-old or a 15-year-old? So clearly someone is not loving and caring on you.
Being really scared that somebody out there was going to hurt you, rob you, rape you.
You never know what's lurking around the corner. I was always in parks, sleeping in parks, whether it was in bushes or wherever it had to be, so that the police wouldn't see me there because you'd get arrested.
I never slept. I didn't dare go to sleep. No, I was too afraid. Where was I going to sleep?
The desperation is amazing. I mean, it's so overwhelming. It's like getting hit by a tidal wave consistently every 30 seconds.
Thank God there was McDonald's, Wendy's. At the end of the night, they throw away a whole bunch of food. You know, so we go dumpster diving in you know, the bins and try to find something that was edible.
It was freezing. I didn't have proper clothing. I drift from 24-hour-a-day coffee shops to 24-hour-a-day restaurants, and then return back downtown.
See, if home is where the heart is, then why is it that the number 16 bus I rode, slept, and lived on it? I'm so sick of hearing about people who go overseas to help the poor, not realizing that if you really want to help, you have poverty-infested young people, you have homeless young people, you have 16-year-olds who live right outside your door. At 16, 17, I didn't feel 16 or 17. I felt like I was 20, 21 because I was responsible for figuring out how was I gonna eat, where was I gonna lay my head at.
You don't have clean clothes. You don't smell the greatest. How can you go apply for a job when you're in ragtags and look, I mean, your hair is matted up. You can't afford a haircut.
I found out there was only one shelter in St. Paul. They only could house up to 15 young people. Every night, you probably have well over 1,000 young people that are homeless every night. So how do you kind of mash that together? You see, if home is where the heart is, then why don't we give? If home is where the heart is, then I guess I'm home and heartless. Cause in my world, either of those exist.
Do something. If you see something, say something. Once you say something, do something about it.
There's no way you wouldn't want to correct the situation. There's no way that anyone could ever look upon this and not say, there should be a better way.
If you work it right, you can really overcome your stuff.
Lydia Apartments was a godsend for me because without them, I wouldn't be here today and I wouldn't be in this apartment.
And it sounded like a real good place to start over from.
You were promoted back to that individual that you were, not the individual that you are when you're homeless, but they found that person within you.
I think there's more homeless people now than ever.
Nothing's guaranteed. Be thankful for the things that you do have.
The security in my life, the stability, the futuristic goals, all those things are reinforced and reinstilled. And to have that back, it's amazing. Every day I walk on the clouds.
That's what I live for. That's what my poetry comes about. It's about healing and helping. And all the young people that will be staying there, I'll be able to identify with either what they've been through. And it's nothing like just being able to say, hey, I can lay down in peace. That feels good.
It gave me my freedom. And my freedom is everything to me. You know, I just have to be free.